Tier 1 National Championships, the 2025 Founders Cup, live from the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex on the beautiful Tsuut'ina Nation. As your host, the Calgary Shamrocks organization is proud to welcome the best junior lacrosse players from across the country to Calgary. This afternoon's game features the Seneca WarChiefs representing First Nations taking on the Alberta champion Mountainview Mavericks. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your hat. For the playing of O Canada, followed by the Seneca National Anthem.
In the spirit of respect, reciprocity, and truth, we honor and acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the peoples of Treaty 7, including the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising of the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, the Tsuut'ina First Nation, the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstoney First Nations. The city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Districts 5 and 6. This land has long been a gathering place for many Indigenous peoples. We recognize and honor all nations, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, who live, work, and play here, and who continue to care for and enrich this territory. Game 2 of Day 3 at the Founders Cup, and we got a big one on tap here, folks. It's the Mountainview Mavericks and the Seneca WarChiefs. And it's BC Sports TV coming to you live from the Wolf Automotive broadcast booth. Celebrating over 100 years serving Alberta drivers, Wolf Calgary Chevrolet GMC Buick at 768 101 Street Southwest, right off Stony Trail. Same ownership, new dealerships, and home of the Oil Change for Life program. If you are not able to be here in the building, you missed an enthusiastic warm-up between these two clubs. Lots of cheering, getting themselves fired up. It's the 0-1 Mavericks taking on the 1-0 WarChiefs, and we are underway. It's our second game of the day, and the WarChiefs want to go right into the offensive zone after a face-off win, and they'll do exactly that. Changes are underway. Mavericks were the ones initiating those cheers through the warm-up, as there's the first shot of the game, but the first save of the game for Mavericks starter Alex Swan, getting his second straight start. Mavericks did have the day off yesterday after their 13-9 loss on the opening game of the Founders Cup against the Ganawake Hunters. Pass through, scores! Brian Freeman. He was all over the score sheet yesterday for Seneca, and why wouldn't he open the scoring? Put up 6 points in their win. 18-3 it was over Nova Scotia. 4 of those were helpers, but do not get it twisted. Brian Freeman was everywhere for this team on the offensive side of the ball. He'll put them up 1-0. And Seneca will go right back to work. This is going to be a much different looking game for the WarChiefs than their matchup yesterday against Nova Scotia. Bit of a different test. There may be a penalty. No, getting away with a bit of a high stick there down low. Riley Lodermeyer, and a fast break chance. Maybe some slow numbers for the Mavs. Pass down to the crease was out of the reach of Jordan Benko. Everybody has to backtrack. Still no shots on target yet for the Seneca starter, Brendan D.
WarChiefs goal, his second in the tournament.
Just 2 goals against yesterday. It was an 18-3 win. But Brendan D and Talem Sandry split some of the goaltending duties. Brendan D finished the game with an .880 save percentage, and another save at the other end for Alex Swan. And he may have to make another one on the interference call. It's going to be WarChiefs possession. From the corner and quickly back up top. A shot early in the clock. Big rebound off the leg pad of Swan. One hand flip to the near side. What a stop by Swan. That was a deceptive flip pass. Looked like it was going to go through the middle, but there was a forward streaking downhill on the opposite side of the crease, and that was a big, big save. Now the Mavs pass in front again. It was bobbled. That was a good look. Better than their last, at least. But Cameron Wallace couldn't quite knock it down, and we've got ourselves our first power play of the game. From drilling and fracturing fluids to specialty aviation fuels and heating oil, Enerchem delivers quality and reliability across Western Canada. With 2 manufacturing facilities, they ensure secure supply and top product performance every time. Enerchem, proud supporters of the Mavericks Lacrosse Club. Mavs 2 for 5 on the power play through their first game of the tournament. Look to make it 1 for 1. It was another seam pass, but mishandled. Hayden Sutherland was right there and would have had a great look in on D. They were able to dig it free, however. 5 to shoot, fake, and that one just goes over and then across. D, don't think he needed to get a piece of it. And they'll say he didn't. It's a shot clock violation. Some good movement on the offensive side of the ball for the Mavericks, but maybe a little bit of rust after a day off. Turnover coming out of the defensive end for the WarChiefs. Quick pass to the perimeter. And Carter Michaluk elects to slow things down and let the offense get back here. It was a slower change, though, just 10 on the shot clock. Quick switch of places. Baumung is going to run point. Pass across, shot, didn't get through, and it's going to be another. No, check that. It went off of a defender's leg and out. It was about to be a violation. Baumung will switch. Sutherland now is going to run the point, but really dragging over to the near side, taking a peek down to the opposite crease. Can't get the pass over. Now they'll go to the far side and whistled. Oh, they'll say it was on target. Brennan D gets a save there. Back across, low to high. Over top and just wide of D. The WarChiefs will escape their zone, and there's just 25 seconds left in the Mavericks power play. Healthy slash down to the near side, went right on the hands of Traylon Warrior. Physicality ramping up along the half wall. Nice move to go wide. There's a penalty off the post. A nice drive on a penalty killing effort by Joyce John, and he's going to draw a penalty for his efforts. Triple Point Chemical, your go-to for custom oil-based and water-based chemistry since 2017. From tailored solutions to expert support, they've got the chemistry you need to succeed. Triple Point Chemical, proud supporters of the Mavericks Lacrosse Club. So Mavs will be 0 for 1 on the power play, and right away we get to see Seneca get a chance, and they'll shoot early. It's a low save for Swan. Rebound in front of backhander. Great save by Swan. Fast break chance. Shorthanded numbers the other way for the Mavericks. Scores! Couldn't get it done on the power play, but the special teams still come up clutch. A dip and dunk to perfection. Pick is set through the middle, and then over top they will go. Grayson Amundsen. Look at the hands here, the length of the floor himself. Oh, that is just a beauty. Ties the game at 1-1, just under 5 minutes in, but Seneca still with possession, and they'll go to work. Back on the power play.
His first of the tournament, scored short-handed by number 91, Grayson
Snow sends it to the point. There's a heavy release wide, and another fast break chance, short-handed for the Mavericks. In alone on a breakaway, wide. Jace Dolinsky turned on the Jets. Which team's on the power play here? The Mavericks have had the better of the chances, but it is Seneca still with the extra attacker for about 40 seconds. To the point, they will go. Through the middle, Simmons was the one who fired the pass, and the shot from in tight came from Gansworth. Interference gives possession back to the WarChiefs. Just a quarter of their power play remains. Gansworth sends it up top. Near side, Croy Snow takes a peek around the floor. To the point one more time. Joyce John, one-timer, far side, scores! One for one now on the power play. Another heavy one that goes glove side past Swan. Just that gap, and oh, it might have been a screen from the low defender. Not sure if Swan would have seen that until it was already fired in his direction. Regardless, Seneca starts off this game perfect on the power play. Bit of scarcity in terms of their power play statistics for us to be able to keep track of, but 18-3 win. You better believe there were some power play goals, and they might get another chance here unless they score with the extra attacker. So there's another delayed call coming up against the Mavericks. Nice move and a spin towards the goal. A twister. Swan makes the save, denying Brian Freeman. And we're going to get a cross-checking call, and the Mavericks with a shorty will already get another look at that. But killing the penalty is going to be their most important point here. Since 1978, Almo Industries has been Canada's premium turbocharged repair supply company. Trusted in automotive and oil and gas, and proud suppliers of the top OEM brands. Fast turnaround, hard to find products, unbeatable service. Almo Industries, proud supporters of the Mavericks Lacrosse Club. So Amundsen has their one goal. And now we'll watch on from the sin bin as Snow dishes far side, and Swan took a peek behind him. Defender came in to pull that off the goal line, and the officials are going to come and decide if that's going to count or not. Ongoing discussion and penalty shot, they're going to say. Let's take a look at this. The defender must have put the glove on it. It's close. Hands were certainly there. Well, referee right there had a better sight line than I did, that's for sure, and we're going to see one of the most exciting plays in lacrosse. Penalty shot, first one of the Founders Cup. It'll be Brian Freeman versus Alex Swan. Freeman's got the hands. Might we see another dip and dunk here? Saw plenty of those from him yesterday. He'll go calmly down the middle of the floor, hands free, shot, saved by Swan. Seneca will remain on the power play. A very casual Brian Freeman, unable to beat that of Alex Swan, who makes a stick side save. There is still 1:38 left in the cross-checking penalty to Grayson Amundsen. Power play back onto the floor. Working it around to Croy Snow. Back to the point. There's a man open far side. They'll send it off, and Swan makes another stop. Jaden Kennedy unable to pick that spot, and Snow looking 5-hole. Swan makes another stop. Mavericks have quite a large fan base in attendance here, with their team trailing 2-1. Their one goal came in a shorthanded chance by the man sitting in the penalty box as we speak. Tuck move, pass across. Didn't make its way into the stick. So some updated power play numbers here. Shout out Cody Jansen for Seneca. 6 for 16? Is that right? 6 for 16 on the power play yesterday versus Nova Scotia. That's right, Garrett Eddy. I had the same reaction. Well, it's been a high-flying first period. And the penalties continue on here. This time it's Seneca in the sin bin, so we'll see some 4-on-4 for 25 seconds. Fake shot now around a screen, well wide. And that'll bounce all the way back over center. Lobbed back towards an open stick. Unfortunately for the Mavs, it's picked off by Seneca. Jackson Mohawk liked his lane, but he was stopped up on a good defensive slide. In comes Everett Stevens. So the Mavericks penalty is over. Simmons looking for redemption, and he puts it off the inside of the post. Almost our second shorthanded goal of the game. Careful not to take another penalty as Freeman is knocked off of possession. Amundsen will get it up to the power play before heading off for a change. Mountainview thought about the hidden ball trick, but they'll let their settled power play do the bulk of the work. Near side, and with the goaltender ducking, that top corner was available, just wide. Another one blocked. 5 to shoot. Mavericks will get it to the near side, and a glove stop by D. That was a tough stop as well. Those sidearm bouncers are hard to read. But D able to get that glove down just in time. And there's just 10 seconds left in the power play. Now 10 on the shot clock as well. So Seneca is going to be 1 for 2. Mavericks are going to be 0 for 2. What do you say we play some 5-on-5 here, hey fellas? Back where we started. Pass across, took a deflection. Collected on the run though by Jackson Mohawk. Makes a stutter step move. He'll shoot a heavy one, and Swan just got a toe on it. And the officials are going to call for a media timeout, it looks like. Where are we? 9:31 left in the first period. That sounds about right. Platinum Fitness. Innisfail's go-to gym for over 18 years. Locally owned, centrally located and packed with cardio, free weights, and full body equipment. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Platinum Fitness, proud supporters of the Mavericks Lacrosse Club.
Are available every game at the admissions table from Shamrock's volunteers.
Well, as mentioned, it has been a high-flying opening period. And, I mean, really, of course it would be. I wasn't kidding when I said the energy in warm-ups between both of these clubs was just as high. It looks like it starts off with Mountainview, as their warm-ups on day one were equally as loud. They were doing, I mean, there's one part of their warm-up where I guess they're just getting the legs going. They're kind of going from the end boards, running towards center, and as they approach the other team at the center line, they just start cheering. I think Seneca, in response, mimicking those cheers and chants a little bit. A little bit of animosity, I guess you could call it. Here come the Mavericks. Nice move in the pass across, just off the mark. Fired. And off the corner boards, it'll be taken back by Seneca. They have numbers. It's a 3-on-2, a bounce pass. Now down low and bobbled. Collected, though, on a twister. Nice save by Swan. There's a Maverick all the way up the play. Mishandled, but then retained. Another breakaway and a better stop by D. Brendan Harnack, the latest, and that's going to be something that Seneca has to adjust to. You can see this fast-moving transition of the Mavericks already coming to play in the first period. They scored a shorty on a similar look, but they love to go to the goal, as does this man right here. Everett Stevens doubles up on the lead. Seen a few of these today, especially in the first game. It's not the heaviest pick, but it's just enough to knock the defender off their balance. Right there. And then Stevens sees enough space to the stick side of Swan and makes no mistake from there. Second of the Founders Cup for Everett Stevens.
WarChiefs goal, his second of the tournament, scored by number 99,
Now Croy Snow absorbed some contact. Looked like he was about to go to that far side again, but he just lost the handle. Keeps after it and finds it. Splits a couple of defenders, and he falls down. There's a penalty on the play. No, check that, just a reset. 7:50 remaining. Sutherland to the middle. That's been, I would say, the factor here in this first period, as there's a nice pass on the run and a one-handed shot stopped by Swan. So the Mavericks are getting their looks through the middle, but just not quite able to collect these passes as cleanly as they would like. Maybe chalk it up to nerves, who's to say? Maybe rust after the day off yesterday. Dolinsky was stripped. Continues to battle though. Had some help with him as Bong came in. But it'll be Seneca getting possession back, leading 3-1. Here's the latest goal scorer. Stevens takes a peek back towards his bench. Spinning away is Joyce John. Freeman. Stevens was open, but a shot from the far side instead. It was Kennedy who fired. Can't beat Swan. Dangerous pass. Handled well, though. Drake May shows off his hands. Oh, and an interference call behind the play. Not one you want to be taken down 3-1. It's getting a little scrambly in that neutral zone right now. Both teams will look to settle in. Drop pass near the center line. Jace Victoria. Gets it to the near. Sutherland. Peek over to the far side, driving downhill and spinning, but falling before he was able to shoot. It's Cameron Wallace with another chance, and the other way goes Seneca. Scores! Oh, and he's fired up after that one too. Traylon Warrior makes this a 4-1 lead for the WarChiefs. That stick side seems to be the target right now. Swan gets into that mid-range, and that's just a perfectly placed shot from in tight, off the post and in. Both goaltenders have stared down a few breakaways already. Another quick chance. Kennedy absorbs a slash or two. Muscles his way to create some space. Stevens, he'll roll to the middle. Pass is, well, it was picked off for a moment. Now a heavy one into the midsection of Swan, and that's a nice save to answer back after the last one found the back of the net. A little over 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Muratori lobs across, down to the half wall. Three-man side is going to go to work, but another flip pass that's knocked down. Nice bit of transition there for Cameron Viaveda. And then Freeman wants a drive. Again, looking to that stick side. Can't beat Swan on this look, but will park himself down. There's a late change for Seneca. Croy Snow works with Freeman. Fakes using the screen. He'll drive, flip to the outside. Too high for Freeman. Has a goal and a failed penalty shot attempt in the first period. That shot was blocked, rebound collected, and off the right shoulder of Swan, and Freeman finds the loose ball. Takes it all the way outside. Nice little hesitation move. Creates a little separation. Kennedy. Shot blocked. Physicality starting to ramp up here. Stevens tried the reverse hit, and Freeman goes crashing into Swan. Mavericks don't like that, but everybody keeps their heads. It will be Mountain View possession. Got to get something going here offensively. Remember, this is the 0-1 Mountain View Mavericks right now, but they were only down by 1 through 2 periods on day 1 of the tournament versus Ganawage until they were outscored by this same score, 4-1 through the third period, and that ended up being the difference maker. As an illegal substitution will give possession back to the Mavericks. Goal scorer Amundsen able to get it back to the offense. Bobbled pass by Sutherland. Safe to say that that is going to be the talking point in the dressing room of the Mavericks. Can't capitalize on your chances if you're not catching the pass. Game clock goes down to 2.5. Dolinsky, who will stay and play the odd O shift, decides against it this time. He'll head off. Gets replaced by Victoria. Delayed call coming. Drive behind the net. Got to get something towards the goal. Maybe another penalty. No, just one official's arm stays up. It's going to be holding, I believe. But regardless, it's going to be Mountainview with their third power play chance of this game. Winter or summer, your comfort starts with Koba HVAC. With installs, maintenance, and repairs, Koba keeps Calgarians cozy, cool, and comfortable all year long. Trust the experts in commercial heating, ventilation, and cooling. Koba HVAC, we bang harder. Crowd trying to will this one from the Mavericks.
WarChiefs penalty number 22, Simon White, 2 minutes for holding the stick.
So holding the stick is going to be the penalty. Shot from the point, handled easily by Brendan D. He hasn't had to make too many saves as of late. Most of the action has been at this end of the floor. Here is Dolinsky. Getting some power play time. Takes a peek through to the middle. Pressure comes. Shot does as well. That's a beauty right there, and it comes on the power play. Mavericks cut the lead to 2. It'll be Wallace. Mentioned a perfectly placed shot earlier. Well, how about this one? Oh, that is just a beauty. When size is your advantage, use every bit of that reach, and that is exactly what Wallace does here. Had D stepping forward a little bit, which opens up that top corner. Oh, and that one goes off the post at the other side. Third goal of the tournament. Kennedy tries to feed through the middle, just missed Braille Abrams. Snow with a couple of nice moves. Wide at the near side, and here come the Mavericks in transition. Amundsen again, in alone, scores! Put his first, and then this. Side to side. Almost identical goals. Official says the takeoff is clean. This is going to be our look at it. It's going to count. And the lead is down to 1. Suddenly, the Mavericks have some life. A late one here would be massive. Could tie this thing up despite being down 4-1 a moment ago. Shot blocked. It'll ricochet down towards the crease of Brendan D, and he's not going to take any chances. There's a lane to the goal. It'll be a glove save for Swan. Do either of these teams want to call timeout here late? Doesn't look like it. Check that. Yes, the Mavericks do call it at the last second. 16.7 seconds is what's on the clock right now. So we'll get a look down at the Mavericks bench. Led by head coach Trey Christensen. See everybody gathered, both the defense around each other and the offense as they look to draw up a play. Meanwhile, Seneca, all things considered, has played a pretty good first period. But transition is favoring the Mavericks right now. 2 fast break goals, both of them coming from 91 in yellow. Net is going to be empty. Everybody making their way back onto the floor. Looks like Dolinsky, the speedster, is going to start off on his defensive side. And I do wonder if the trigger man here is going to be Wallace again. That last shot was a beauty. Dolinsky got things up quickly, now stops near the restraining line. Clock goes down to 7. They'll get things underway. One timer. Sutherland tried to dial in a rebound to the far side, and D made the save in tight. Looks like he lost track of the rebound, but does not matter. The clock winds down. 4-3 is your score through 20. You're watching 2025 Founders Cup live on BC Sports TV. We'll be back after this.
So in 2019, we went and visited a crypto mining site. We looked around. I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. My name is Chuck Lecuyer, founder of CS Corporation, home of the IntelliFlex line of product. At IntelliFlex, we're innovators. We design, build, deploy, and operate our system. We designed a system that is very easy to operate. We have industry-leading operation uptime and efficiency. Our product are UL certified. Quality is what we do. Every piece will have their own power distribution system, their own immersion tank, network system, pump, fans. Our clients that we have all have something in common, and then they're looking for a high quality product that they could deploy as a modular system that is scalable. At IntelliFlex, our motto is start to finish.
Perfect Surfaces, Canada's leader in rubber flooring and specialty surfaces. From gyms to arenas, our premium rubber flooring is built to take a beating and keep going. Extremely durable, impact resistant, and engineered for high-performance spaces. Our floors are also non-slip, anti-fatigue, and easy to clean, designed to keep athletes safe and comfortable every step of the way. And we don't stop at sports. Transform your garage from plain to showroom ready with SnapGrid tiles. DIY friendly and easy to install, our garage floors handle cars, tools, and everyday life with ease. Step outside. Our interlocking deck and patio tiles bring new life to worn surfaces. Comfortable underfoot, slip resistant, and weather ready. Need more? We offer sport court tiles, playground surfaces, and specialty flooring solutions for every space. Whatever your project, we've got a floor for it.
Perfect Surfaces. You stand on it, we stand by it.
So in 2019, we went and visited a crypto mining site. We looked around. I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. My name is Chuck Lecuyer, founder of CS Corporation, home of the IntelliFlex line of product. At IntelliFlex, we're innovators. We design, build, deploy, and operate our system. We design a system that is very easy to operate. We have industry-leading operation uptime and efficiency. Our product are UL certified. Quality is what we do. Every piece will have their own power distribution system, their own immersion tank, network system, pump, fans. Our clients that we have all have something in common, and they're looking for a high quality product that they could deploy as a modular system that is scalable. At IntelliFlex, our motto is start to finish.
Perfect Surfaces, Canada's leader in rubber flooring and specialty surfaces. From gyms to arenas, our premium rubber flooring is built to take a beating and keep going. Extremely durable, impact resistant, and engineered for high-performance spaces. Our floors are also non-slip, anti-fatigue, and easy to clean, designed to keep athletes safe and comfortable every step of the way. And we don't stop at sports. Transform your garage from plain to showroom ready with SnapGrid tiles. DIY friendly and easy to install, our garage floors handle cars, tools, and everyday life with ease. Step outside. Our interlocking deck and patio tiles bring new life to worn surfaces.
Back inside the Wolf Automotive broadcast booth, it's Tino Ferry with BC Sports TV. Cameraman extraordinaire George Parra is somewhere parked over to my left. In this midday matchup, I guess it's technically the evening now. We're just about there. 4-3, the WarChiefs lead over the Mavericks through 20 minutes. And it was not necessarily the cleanest period for the Mavericks, but lucky to be down by just one. A couple of transition goals by Amundsen, and then that beauty on the power play. Check that, it was 5-on-5 actually, I think, by Cameron Wallace. Shots through 20 minutes, 27-12 by our statistician, Cody Jansen. And I'll let you guess who that's in favor of. Stevens going to get things going, driving on his defender low, and the first save of the period goes to Swan. Trying to hammer it down under the pad. Here is Mr. Transition himself. Amundsen tucks back, decides to let the offense get the first look of the period. Don't hate that decision. Now to that far side, Wallace will drive, shoot off the inside of the post. That close to his second, would have been his fourth of the tournament. Now, there's a member of the WarChiefs that was off the bench and up the play. It was Croy Snow with the pass Didn't get free to him. They'll slow things down instead. Kennedy, he'll spin, he'll drive, and that ring iron again. Now Freeman, across. Couldn't connect with Gansworth. But Jake Gansworth kept after it and found the loose ball. Now missed his target in the middle. Freeman is tied up. Ball goes down to the turf. Croy Snow comes in to help, hacking and whacking at the shaft of Croy Snow's stick. Knocked down again. Nobody wants to pick this thing up right now. Finally, the Mavericks will. Mavs fans like that shift. Their defense hasn't necessarily been the problem, at least not through the first period. It's the offense that needs to get a little bit more dialed in. That took a tough bounce off the back of the referee on the near side, and there is just 5 seconds left on the shot clock. The Mavericks aren't going to be able to get anything towards the goal. Almost a heavy hit near center. Antonio Palat heard some footsteps at the last second. Now Garen John passed down low, but a great defensive stick. That'll be picked off by Benko. Amundsen, an ill-advised shot from downtown on his wrong side. Possession back to the WarChiefs. Jackson Mohawk takes a slash while down on the ground. Mavericks do a good job. Look out for that gate. Oh my. Close that gate, folks. Almost a dangerous play in front of the Seneca bench as Swan just got enough to stop that one. Mavericks again will collect from their defensive side and look ahead. Shot is stopped by D. That'll be his first save of the period. Seneca exits their zone with ease. Amundsen with a nice poke check, forces his man to the outside. Freeman takes it in the corner. Nice move, driving low, one hand on his stick. Side eyes the middle of the floor. Gets a shot off around his screen. Swan makes the save again. Long pass ahead. There's that transition of the Mavericks, and Amundsen, who else would be the one leading the charge? It was defended well, a good back-checking effort. WarChiefs will go to the pick and roll. Kennedy's going to drive, and that goes off the glove of Swan. Big rebound. Garen John finds it at the half wall. Far side feed. This is Snow. Check that. It was Stevens, and he decided to pass instead of pull the trigger. Now Garen John will forecheck a little bit. Miratori makes a nice move to get away from him. Pressure mounting. He's able to dish back to the outside. There's Jace Victoria making his way onto the floor. From the far side, Wallace will shoot, and a great save by D. That was the best chance of the period for either team. Maybe numbers the other way for the WarChiefs. Nice pass across, and Swan makes a right pad stop. Just 5 minutes into the second period, but both teams trading chances. It remains 4-3. Mavericks would be wise to look for a reset here, use the full 30 and try to wear down these Seneca defenders. Simmons spins, shoots, saved by D. Rebound down in front of the crease, and he'll go down to his knees and collect. Now Himmelin checks over to his left. It is Target and Simon White. Heads off. Now to the near side they'll go. Back to Snow, return near side, over top of the crossbar. Almost Jake Gansworth's first of the game. Can't quite dial that in. Stevens was there as well. Dolinsky is going to leg this up the floor. Looks like he wants to stay in play. Late change. Dolinsky is at the near side. He was on his wrong side, however, and Jackson Mohawk picks off the cross-floor pass. Victoria is going to backtrack for a defensive shift here. And a delayed call is coming up against the Mavericks. Roughing is going to be the call. It must have been behind the play. I was watching the ball carrier at the near side. Honestly thought that was going to be a slashing call on Victoria as he was going whack after whack after whack, but roughing is going to be the call. Looks like it's going to be Ryder Baumang. This is a feisty Mavericks team. Like to walk that line and on occasion go over. Freeman at the far side, shooter feeds Kennedy at the point. Gansworth sets a screen as Freeman takes it again. One more to Kennedy. Gansworth up top, far side, Freeman! Two-goal lead is restored. Brian Freeman on the power play. If you give him chances, there's not many that he's gonna miss. He goes to the glove side, past Swan. This is the look you're going to want to see. Yeah, another one through a screen. That's the second one in this game where a Mavericks defender has taken away the sight lines of Alex Swan. And Freeman now will be up to 4 in his Founders Cup journey, 2025. Seneca gets back underway tomorrow. A matchup that I think we are all going to want to see against the Ganawage Hunters.
WarChiefs goal scored on a power play by number 10, Baby Freeman. Assisted by number 15, Jake Gansworth.
Dolinsky legs it through. Nice move to the middle. He'll shoot, and D makes a stop. Maybe transition the other way for the WarChiefs as Palat decides to backpedal away. Snow had just come off the bench. Palat gives it away. Mavericks able to take it off the turf. Nice loose ball reception by Riley Lodermeyer. Excuse me. Going to be a lefty strong set, but the righties go to work. Pass across, couldn't connect at the near side. Driving through is a nice move, but the shot clock was at that point down to about 3 seconds, really running out of time to fire anything towards the goal. Chance for Seneca. Now they've already had a 3-goal lead in this game. They led 4-1 late in the first period before the Mavericks found a bit of a scoring touch. Sprint up the floor, and the pass from the goaltender is a good one. There's a man off the bench. And read well, but a better shot in tight. Drake May on his wrong side. I think if I'm these Seneca defenders, I'm playing this the exact same way, but that's just a perfectly placed shot. You see a righty going down the right side. You're going to take away the pass, especially when it's Cameron Wallace, who already has a goal in this game. But May says, hey, if you're going to give me this shot, I'm going to take it. And just absolutely dekes Brendan D out of his pants. Over the shoulder, into the back of the net. Down to a 1-goal game once again, just about midway through the second period. The Mavericks want more. Off the faceoff, scores! 2 straight, back to back in about 10 seconds. We're all tied up at 5. D got a piece, but Muratori got more. right between the legs of Brendan D. Mavericks have put themselves right back into this game. Now it's about taking that next step. You have the momentum of the crowd in your favor. Now an interference call, and here come the Mavs. Going the other way, looking for a hat trick, over the shoulder, no goal, waved off on a crease call. Grayson Amundsen, that close to his third of the game, all of them in that exact same fashion. Remember folks, it's lacrosse Canada rules. That means you're looking for that invisible cylinder. If your feet cross that crease line, even if you're in the air, it is deemed in the crease. Not NLL rules here. Technically speaking, crease dives are not allowed unless your feet stay out of that cylinder the entire way. More transition for the Mavericks. Deflected down by the defender in front. Close call, but Simon White saves the day. Track meet is opening up. Braille Abrams was about to head off. He's going to stay in play, working with Garen John. Fakes the pass, now sends it down low. Snow with a sidearm stop by Swan, and interference just after the shot is going to go against the Mavericks. You cannot give this Seneca team extra possessions. They will eventually make you pay. Jaden Kennedy, pass down low, one-timer! Scores! Just like that, Seneca back in front. Off of the interference call, and look at the angle from down low. Is that Snow? Might be Everett Stevens. Believe it is. Nobody even near him. And with Swan playing aggressively off his goal line, that opens up that back door pass. Stevens has his second of the game. But that's exactly what I mean when I say, well, I'll finish that in a second, because it's a 3-on-1, and Swan saves the day. Keeps his team down by just one. But we've seen the Mavericks push with momentum on their side, but just haven't quite been able to really take control of that momentum themselves. Credit to Seneca. I always say bending but not breaking, and that's what they've done in some of these cases. Oh, Victoria can't pull the trigger. A nice stick check. He drives off ball. Wallace sends it over to him. Victoria between the legs, and D just able to get enough. Let's take another look at that. It was a close one. Look at Victoria driving off ball. He wanted it. Got it, and yeah, that is on the goal line for a moment, but spins back between the legs of Brendan D. What a period we've got here, folks. And a much different looking game. 12-9 shots are right now in favor of Seneca in this period alone. And again, this is, I mean, we knew it was going to be a much different looking game. No disrespect to the Privateers, but 18-3, the WarChiefs took them down in their opener of the tournament yesterday. And, I mean, we already talked about the power play chances. 16 times the WarChiefs found themselves on the power play in that game against Nova Scotia. And then you come into a game like this against the Mountainview Mavericks, who are not pleased with an 0-1 record after their loss on day one of the tournament. You know they're going to come out fired up. This is a high-energy team, as we've already talked about. There's a lot of motivation here for the Mavs to work with. So for Seneca to be able to come out flying, have that 4-1 lead. Yes, they gave it up, and yes, a moment ago we were tied up at 5, but it's never really seemed like they're fully out of control of this game. It seems like the WarChiefs had a game plan here, and they have executed it pretty well. But still a lot of lacrosse to be played here. Seneca trying to maintain this perfect record, 1-0 through one game, and obviously the 0-1 Mavericks at the other side. Kennedy is open at the perimeter. He'll get the pass now and quickly send it down low. Gansworth gets around the corner. Stevens back to Kennedy. Had to check and make sure it was in his stick. Now spins on his defender. Blind flip, it's picked off. Here comes the speedy Mavericks. Another breakaway to tie the game, and that goes off the post. Do they ever like to run? Pancho this time would be denied. First man not wearing the number 91 to go on a fast break chance, and Freeman can't beat Swan at the other end. Oh no, and there's a shaken up member of the Mavericks on the other side. Crease violation ends that chance a little bit early. It looks like it's Drake May went off gingerly onto the bench, and we'll get some attention from the trainer, and he's got a goal in this game, but we'll take a breather for now. That one goes off the crossbar. Mavs have had a few of those looks. Bamung just missing by less than an inch. A little over 7 minutes to play. Seneca leading over Mountain View 6-5. Skip past Gansworth. Now a spin underneath. That goes well wide, and you can just see the Mavericks' game plan as soon as possession is about to go in their favor. On that last one, I know the ball did go more so over to the benches, but before it got there, there were three defenders that were beelining it up the floor. Clearly, they've been given the go-ahead to go from their defensive side of center. Toe drag around the defender and a 6A big rebound. Scores! I think we've all seen Cameron Wallace score trickier goals. When the cage is yawning like that, he is not gonna miss. Big rebound off of D, and Wallace with the goaltender out of position, and actually check that, it's not Brendan D in between the pipes anymore. Tanyan Davis into this game. The second straight game for the WarChiefs where they're going to both goaltenders. Yesterday it was the combination of Brendan D and Talem Sandry. Now D got the start, in comes Davis. Alex Swan still in at the Mavericks end, but the game is tied again. 6-6, slide across here. Snow wanted Kennedy back door, just bobbled the pass.
Time of the goal, 6:28 in the second period. That's Wallace, his second of the night and fourth of the tournament. Assist from Sam Sargison and Sinclair at 6:28.
Mountain View put themselves in a good spot. Again, looking for that next step. Ball is loose, now collected by the WarChiefs. They want to go in transition. They got Stevens, backdoor passes into his midsection, has to make a move to hang on. Check that, it was Croy Snow. Gansworth back down to the half wall. Stevens over to Snow, gets the screen set from Freeman. Missed wide. Oh, they had a man open back door. It was Stevens. If I see him open on the crease, I'm feeding him every single time right about now. One goal away from 3 in the game. Sutherland gets it from way outside. This crowd is really trying to will this team into a position to take over. But I would say their defense has been carrying them to this point. Remember, 2 goals coming out the back gate from Grayson Amundsen. Stevens scores! WarChiefs back in front, 7-6 this time. Everett Stevens driving downhill. And just a little too much separation from the defender. It was Bama tasked with getting a stick in the lane. Man, there is just almost no room to shoot there. And Stevens still finds some space. Just past the glove side of Alex Swan.
WarChiefs goal, his third of the game and fourth of the
Freeman on the spin, flips over to Snow, got through Swan, but out the other side. Another man, the gate wide open at the back door. Snow gets past, he'll shoot, he'll score! Croy Snow, and it's a 2-goal lead. The Mavericks have scored 2 quickly. Now it's the WarChiefs' turn. Swan deep in his net. Don't know if he was fully expecting this to be as quick of a possession as it was. Don't think he fully got himself set, but Croy Snow takes advantage. And off the face-off violation, here comes Seneca again with numbers and a slow change backdoor feed. What a save by Swan. Seneca able to get the rebound. Boardman gets paid. Kennedy, he sees a lane open up, pass across, Swan with another great step over, takes away the backdoor feed. Amundsen in transition, he'll shoot, stopped by Davis. The motor on Grayson Amundsen does not seem to stop. He's going to need that thing to help energize this team through the third period as well. They're close. Freeman on a low-to-low shot, didn't get through. There's a drive down to the crease, pass over instead, and that got deflected wide. Seneca able to win the race deep in the corner, and that's just going to be interference. Could have been a much more dangerous looking hit. Antonio Palat just ducked underneath. Garen John is getting a rough ride to the near side, opens up space for Kennedy to fire off the end boards. John goes all the way back to his defensive side to retrieve. Remember, there was no reset, so there's just 10 on the shot clock. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Now 6 to shoot. Garen John fakes, tucks through, and it's picked off. Amundsen receives that first touch. Who's going to stop up near center? Has to be exhausted after the amount of times he has sprinted. I mean, at least 175 feet, and clearly he's not. He's just going to stay and play this shift as well after starting off the transition. Digs for the loose ball, and he's dumped from behind. Is that going to be interference or crease? They're going to say possession Mavericks. And guess who's right in the pile? Grayson Amundsen. Pass up to Wallace, off the crossbar. Same look as the first goal that he scored on, this time rings iron. In front, one-timer, kick save, Swan. Approaching the final minute of the second, it's 8-6 Seneca. Delayed call coming up to the WarChiefs. Swan to the bench, it's 6-on-5. A goal here could change things pretty significantly. Now into the final minute. Pass across, one-timer, and that'll be stopped rather easily by Tanyan Davis. I don't think Sardison got everything on that shot that he would have liked, but also Davis with an early step across, and now with 52 seconds left, it's going to be another Mountain View power play. Chance to cut the lead down to 1 in this final minute of the second period. Sardison is going to run point. Just across towards Wallace, who wanted the shot before it was in his stick. Sutherland is going to battle in the corner now. Able to dig it out. No looker to the near side. It was out of the reach of Michaluk. Chases it down, under 30 seconds to play. Michaluk off the glove of Davis. Loose ball collected by Victoria. Michaluk to the point again. Looks like Dolinsky has made his way out onto this power play. Michaluk, far side feed, now to the near. Victoria. Michaluk, cross floor. Wallace is open in the middle. It's a fake pass and a shot by Sutherland. Wide, now down to 6 seconds left. Got to get something going here. Michaluk, 3. He'll shoot off a body, and it's going to go to the near side. That is going to do it. Another high-flying period here from the Founders Cup, but it's the WarChiefs who entered this frame in front. And despite wavering a little bit, this game was tied a couple of times, actually. They still maintain this driver's seat position, and now with just 1 period left in regulation, they find themselves in a pretty good spot to go 2-0. Some work to do for the Mavericks. We'll see how much they can get done in the third, and we'll be back after this.
So in 2019, we went and visited a crypto mining site. We looked around. I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. My name is Chuck Lecubier, founder of CS Corporation, home of the IntelliFlex line of product. At IntelliFlex, we're innovators. We design, build, deploy, and operate our system. We designed a system that is very easy to operate. We have industry-leading operation uptime and efficiency. Our product are UL certified. Quality is what we do. Every piece will have their own power distribution system, their own immersion tank, network system, pump, fans. Our clients that we have all have something in common, and indeed they're looking for a high quality product that they could deploy as a modular system that is scalable. At IntelliFlex, our motto is start to finish.
Perfect Surfaces, Canada's leader in rubber flooring and specialty surfaces. From gyms to arenas, our premium rubber flooring is built to take a beating and keep going. Extremely durable, impact resistant, and engineered for high-performance spaces. Our floors are also non-slip, anti-fatigue, and easy to clean. designed to keep athletes safe and comfortable every step of the way. And we don't stop at sports. Transform your garage from plain to showroom ready with SnapGrid tiles. DIY friendly and easy to install, our garage floors handle cars, tools, and everyday life with ease. Step outside. Our interlocking deck and patio tiles bring new life to worn surfaces. Comfortable underfoot, slip resistant, and weather ready. Need more? We offer sport court tiles, playground surfaces, and specialty flooring solutions for every space. Whatever your project, we've got a floor for it.
Perfect surfaces. You stand on it, we stand by it.
So in 2019, we went and visited a crypto mining site. We looked around. I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. My name is Chuck Lecuyer, founder of CS Corporation, home of the IntelliFlex line of product. At IntelliFlex, we're innovators. We design, build, deploy, and operate our system. We design a system that is very easy to operate. We have industry-leading operation uptime and efficiency. Our product are UL certified. Quality is what we do. Every piece will have their own power distribution system, their own immersion tank, network system, pump, fans. Our clients that we have all have something in common, and indeed they're looking for a high quality product that they could deploy as a modular system that is scalable. At IntelliFlex, our motto is start to finish.
Perfect Surfaces, Canada's leader in rubber flooring and specialty surfaces. From gyms to arenas, our premium rubber flooring is built to take a beating and keep going. Extremely durable, impact-resistant, and engineered for high-performance spaces. Our floors are also non-slip, anti-fatigue, and easy to clean, designed to keep athletes safe and comfortable every step of the way. And we don't stop at sports. Transform your garage from plain to showroom-ready with SnapGrid tiles. DIY-friendly and easy to install, our garage floors handle cars, tools, and everyday life with ease. Step outside. Our interlocking deck and patio tiles bring new life to worn surfaces. Comfortable underfoot, slip.
"40 minutes down, 20 to go in regulation, at least I should say. 8-6, the WarChiefs lead over the Mavericks. Mirroring that of the first period. Through 20, it was 4-3, and then Seneca wins that scoring battle through the middle frame as well, also 4-3 according to our statisticians. Shots are 32-23 in favor of Seneca. Mystery statistician beside me, who I will not name, do we think that's correct? No. I will say no. 46-30 by our numbers. Everett Stevens and Brian Freeman, and Jaden Kennedy, I should say. How about that? 12 points split between those three players for the WarChiefs. Meanwhile, Cameron Wallace and Grayson Amundsen, each with 2 goals, lead the way for the Mavericks. We're back underway. And it will be the WarChiefs with the first possession on the face-off win. Speaking of Stevens, digs it free, sends it over to the far side. Running out of time, though, and there's a save by Swan. Lost sight of it for a moment. John was the one who fired that. The drums here are in favor of the Mavericks. Still have some carryover power play time. Delinsky skips one underneath. The pass is bobbled. Victoria down low. Through the middle. There's Wallace, and a save made. In tight by Davis. Fresh 30. Sutherland gets it to the outside. Back to Sutherland. No looker cross floor. Still time to work with here. But we are back to 5-on-5. Lob pass. It was intended for Sutherland, I believe, but it took a bounce. And it's taken away by Jackson Mohawk. Brian Freeman, what a game he's had here. 4 points, 3 of those being assists. 1 goal coming way back in the first period. Remember, he did have that penalty shot as well. He has just been all over the score sheet for his team in their first, 2.5 game and a half, I should say, this being their second. Mavericks trying to cut the lead down to 1. They've tied this game twice, both back in that middle frame. Oh, and a wild stick by Victoria. Almost a high sticking call. Mavericks heavy on the back check, and they're going to take a penalty. Seneca going to get a chance to reclaim that 3-goal advantage, a position they've been in a few times throughout this game. Might be Ryder Baumung who's going to go off. He was voicing his displeasure to the official on his way back. Goaltender to the bench. Nice move by Snow, and a shot of the last second saved by Swan. It's going to be holding, and it will indeed be Baumung. Wolf Automotive Group, formerly GSL Chev City, is a proud sponsor of the 2025 Founders Cup. Visit our brand new dealership right off Stony Trail and Old Banff Coach Road. Well, Jaden Kennedy is going to start things off, run point as he does so often. No Freeman on this power play. Snow is there, early jump, now back to Snow. There's space open to the far side. Garen John scores on the power play. That didn't take long. Garen John usually wearing number 24. This time he takes the number 25. And finds that at the short side. A twister at the last second. Puts his team back in front by 3. Not even 3 minutes in. Maybe another chance off the face-off, and it got through Swan, but he stopped enough of it to slow down that roll. The turf certainly helps in that case as well. If that's a shot on concrete, that thing is over the goal line. 9-6 now. A blind last chance pass. Running out of room there was Muratori, a hope and a prayer. Nice save at the other end by Swan. Amundsen goes shoulder to shoulder with the opposing forward and gets a whack off, knocked free, and here come the Mavericks. It was a 2-on-1 for a moment. It's still a transition chance. Scores just inside the post. Mavericks just down by 2 once again. It's not just the speed through the middle, it's the acceleration, the ability to get up and go quickly before anybody can catch you. From the D end all the way down to the offensive side, it's Jordan Benko.
Mavericks goal, his first of the tournament, scored unassisted by number 24, Jordan Benko.
Not a bad way to get your first of the Founders. Snow flipping towards Stevens. Snow tries in tight, can't beat Swan. Also can't avoid the crease. Here comes Sutherland. Pass across, decided against the shot downhill. Return feed towards Sutherland, but it was telegraphed. A breakaway the other way. Seneca can't go back in front by 3. Remains 9-7 here. Simon White with the latest chance. Here comes Freeman. Big rebound. John able to collect, one hand on his stick. Fresh 30 to work with. Gansworth spins, dishes down low, and a save by Swan. Amundsen quick up on the left wing. Sees a defender close that gap quickly, decides to stop up, but it's going to stay and play a shift. It's Mohawk, the defender on the ball carrier. Wallace has had himself a big game, but somehow just 1 goal under his belt. Check that, he's got 2. He had that big one in the first period, that heavy wind up, going high to low, and then on the rebound in the second period. Basically an empty net. There's a good defensive shift from the Mavericks. This back end is their bread and butter. And they'll try again on, it wasn't a traditional transition chance, but more or less, as it was once again coming out the back 8. Muratori wants to stay for a shift. On the near side, pass across is a good one. Save is better, though. Give Davis a stick variety save, and then a nice bit of work to exit the defensive zone. Carter Michaluk was forechecking. Couldn't slow down the WarChiefs quite as much as he would have liked. Now Freeman spins back. One hand on his stick. He's dumped from behind. No call. Now there will be a penalty as Freeman took a whack while down. Got to be careful not to take another one here. The ball is loose and eventually touched up by the Mavericks, and their fans don't like the call either. But it will be another Seneca power play. Northern Mat and Bridge is Canada's leading provider of safe, temporary access. With the nation's largest fleet of mats and portable bridges, NMB keeps crews, equipment, and the environment protected on any terrain, in any season, coast to coast. So Jaden Kennedy back at the point. Remember the last power play that Seneca had, they scored quickly. Kennedy howitzer goes wide. Amundsen knocks him off the ball. Shorthanded chance, a twister, and a save made by Davis. Amundsen took some contact while on the ground. Crowd wants a penalty. One more across to an unsuspecting target. Drake May with 1 goal in this game. Maybe had a chance at his second, but wasn't totally expecting the pass. Now Jace Dolinsky collects. Something about the Mavericks and shorthanded chances. Here's another one, stopped by Davis. They almost seem more energized while they're down a man. This team clearly loves transition, but when down 5-on-4, I don't know, there's just something special about this penalty killing unit that wants to go and create offense. Stevens has come out on the floor and will take Kennedy's spot at the point, but a quick switch brings Stevens to the shooter spot. Another one whistles wide. Here come the Mavericks. 12-13 to play, chance at the other end, nice move. And a shot goes into the chest protector of Tanyan Davis. Iratori has already had a shorthanded chance on this penalty. And then gets another one as well. Here's Freeman. Takes a peek, back towards the outside. Waiting was Croy Snow. Kennedy back out now for some more power play work. Garen John, he'll load and fire. Freeman from the corner. Outside, Snow back to Kennedy. John is over there as well. Actually, both Johns are on. That one might have caught a piece of the helmet of Swan. Penalty is over. Swan makes another save. That's a big penalty kill for the Mavericks, just about halfway through this final period of regulation. This is the area we've been in most of this game. Within 3, within 2, at different points, tied. That one rings iron again. Mavericks have had a few of those looks that have been close, but on the wrong side of a post. Now they'll be on the right side of a penalty. Their power play will get a chance to cut the lead down to 1. Freehold Royalties, a uniquely positioned leading North American energy royalty company. Check them out, Freehold Royalties. So 11:05 to play. Power play of the Mavericks getting their first chance in a while, it seems. Through the middle, Wallace denied. Sutherland is knocked down. Able to maintain his composure, though, and get it back to the outside. Dolinsky is there. Switches with Wallace at the point, who then fired, and Davis makes another stop. Wallace then sent his man down to the turf. Officials say play on, and Swan uses every bit of his reach to take possession back for his team. 1:20 left in the power play. Dolinsky is going to quarterback this power play. Dolinsky, thinking about the backhand feed, goes low to the corner instead. Back across Sutherland. Took a step to the middle, and then when he went to fire, might have hit a body in front. Jackson Mohawk spins from behind his net, throws one ahead. Tough one to handle, but Simon White eventually finds it. White being worked on by Amundsen. Nice stick check, but White keeps after it. He'll go to the goal, and Swan makes a save. Down to 35 seconds left on this power play. Sutherland. He'll be joined by Baumung, who goes down low. Dolinsky's come back on the floor at the near side. Sutherland whistles it wide. Dolinsky finds it. Backdoor feed, and nobody able to catch it except for Sutherland back at the point. They do get a fresh 30, and that one driven down into the stick, but unable to beat Davis. Sardiston was the one who just tried to hammer it through the netminder, and the gate again, a close call here, guys. 3-on-1 the other way, shorthanded, or just as the power play expired, and we're going to get a quick media timeout. I know I've said it already through this game, but let's close the gates here, guys. Too many close calls in this game. We haven't had that many overall in the Founders, but that was something that myself and Jeff Fisher were talking a lot about a couple of weeks ago at the McDonald Cup in Abbotsford. Got to close those gates. There were a couple of big collisions in that one. Hasn't been anything outrageous in this, just some close calls, but player safety, of course, is of the utmost importance. Shots through this third period so far, 13-12 for Mountain View. Hey, Georgie, finding some waving fans. There's a look at the Mavericks cheering section. They have been loud, folks. I can see a horn in front of me. I can see a drum in front of me. They are trying to, well, have been trying to all game really just will this team over the finish line. They tied this game back at 5-5 in the second period. It was 6-6 at one point as well. They have yet to lead in this game. And that one bounces way early and out of play. Officials are going to call for my time here, and not sure what the discussion is. But it is going to be Seneca ball from their defensive zone. And because of the delay, it's going to allow almost all their defenders to change. And now they will get the last defender off. And Simon White. And for that matter, allows the Mavericks to get their defensive change finished off as well. It's a full court press right now for Mountain View. Ethan Hildebrandt is going to pressure right in front of the Seneca crease. And he can keep up with the best of them. You get a look down at the defensive end of the Mavericks, and everybody's got a man. Still discussions going on, though, right at the penalty box. Not sure if there's a clock issue. Trying to figure out the shot clock is what it appears to be. There was 32 seconds on there for a moment. There were some shot clock issues yesterday, but I don't know, early I would say. They seem to have been figured out by the conclusion of day number 2, which is all you can ask for. But hopefully these referees won't be put in a position where they have to manually count their way through possessions. Looks like they've sorted it out. Let's get back to the action here, shall we? Seneca able to break free of that pressure pretty quickly. Joyce John, the speedster, gets around and feeds Kennedy at the far side. Takes a jog over to the perimeter. Garen John was open, pass doesn't come. Now Kennedy to the near side again. Joyce John will drive. Can't beat Swan, and then he's knocked down behind the play. Has some words for the official, no call. And he's actually pointing at the Mavericks player the entire way up the floor. It was Muratori, who he is not happy with, and then Muratori fired one on goal, a save by Davis. Maybe something to keep an eye on here. Joyce John not happy with that of Everett Muratori. Chance the other way for Snow on the run and a kick stop. Amundsen sends it over the center line to Dolinsky. 7.5 to play. Mavericks trailing by 2. Back pass is a good one, but defended well. They'll try the far side instead. Back to the near and a swim move from distance. One more for good measure. Feeds down low towards Wallace. He's knocked down. Ball is loose. Jackson Mohawk takes a hit from behind, and it's just going to be interference. Stevens absorbs a couple of whacks. Clock right now is the enemy of the Mavericks. Everett Stevens. Does he want another? Freeman may as well. Shoots over top of the defender and an easy save by Swan. Takes it up high. Amundsen was waiting near center. Takes a peek forward, finds Hayden Sutherland. Scores! Oh, it just went between the legs of Davis. That's one that the goaltender is going to want back, but Sardiston has cut the lead down to 1. Maybe caught the goaltender sleeping a little bit. We'll get a good look at it here. Well, it's a 1-goal game again. And a big save by Swan. He's doing his job here late in the game.
Mavericks goal scored his third of the tournament by number 64, Orion Sardison. Assisted by number 12, Hayden Sutherland, and number 19,
Dolinsky.
Grayson Amundsen.
He's got the hands and the footwork to get the job done. He'll try low again on Davis. Can't solve the netminder this time, but they do get a reset. Dolinsky on the roll. Step back to the middle. Shot blocked. Goes over to the far side. It's down to the turf and collected, and then Dolinsky's almost got run over. Still slows his man down. Now Garen John, a one-hand flip, ends up in the corner. This place is going to go crazy if the Mavericks can tie this game again. Swan makes another stop. Amundsen on the run. Smart call to slow down. He had some pressure all over his back. Offense maybe starting to heat up, but if the Mavericks are able to leave here this evening with a victory, they can thank their defenders and their transition. Wallace, hat trick, tie game. He had 2 on day 1. He's got 3 here on day 3, and he's fired up. Watch him just muscle his way through. This is bully ball right here, folks. 3 defenders in front of him, but uses his weight to his advantage, uses his size to his advantage, and we're knotted up at 9 with under 5 to play. Is there a timeout called? All right, well, it looks like there's actually a player down on the Mavericks bench. I didn't see what happened, but somebody said that there's a player that collapsed on the Mavericks bench. Oh boy. Trainer immediately goes over. I didn't see a number. I didn't see the actual situation, but a scary sight right now on the Mavericks bench as it seems that there is a player down having just collapsed. there doesn't seem to be like a ton of panic right now, I'll say. And of course, we don't have any sight on that part of the bench right now as the player is down right by the dressing room. So we might have a lengthy delay here. And there's a coach that's running down into the lobby, maybe to get some assistance. There are some people over, I'm not sure if it's trainers or coaches, but a handful surrounding the player, and some of the Mavericks players have come over to have a chat as well. We do have a man down on the bench and just got a message saying he needs sugar. So I wonder if the player that's down is diabetic. I would have to think. And blood sugar levels may be the issue right now. Shout out to Garrett Eddy, who's down on the bench right now, who's able to kind of relay some of these messages to us. It does look like one of the coaches has returned to the bench, or I mean, somebody from one of the staffs have come over with some trays of food, it looks like. I'm not sure, Garrett, if you can see like a number that's down there, just in case maybe there's some family members that may be watching. I would love to update on which player it is that's down at the moment. I don't know if you even have a sight line on that or not, but there's a ton of folks that are down there providing the much needed attention, and it looks like they're helping him up. And George is going to give us a good shot there at the player in question. Is that Delinsky? Do I see the number 11? Hard to say for sure. But for the time being, the Mavericks are down a man for some health concerns after just tying the game. And I mean, if you needed something to motivate a club, I mean, you're doing it for that guy right there now. Tough to bounce back after a scary sight like that. But for now, we have at least 5 minutes of regulation to get through in this Day 3 matchup between Seneca and the Mountainview Mavericks.
Mavericks goal is third of the night, scored by number 23, Cameron Wallace.
There's Freeman driving, and Swan makes the stop. That's another big save after getting right back into the action. Remember, right before the delay, the Mavericks scored on the goal that just got announced. Cameron Wallace tied the game 9-9, and he's back on the floor working with Sutherland. Pass looking across the floor was deflected. Sutherland finds it, though. Ball rolls all the way to the outside. Sardiston, one-time shot was attempted by Wallace, and he just whiffed on it. Himmelin, nice move around the outside. So the Mavericks love this physical style of defense. It's gotten them in some trouble in this game in terms of penalties. And there's a man open on the back door all alone, and a great save by Swan. And it's pulled off the goal line. Took a weird hop, but Gansworth almost put the WarChiefs in front by 1. Goes without saying, next goal is a big one. 3.5 to play. Far side feed. Victoria flips one more behind him, and Davis makes the stop on a shot from way outside. Pass was bobbled. Traylon Warrior has his shift extend a little bit after it looked like he was going to get it up to the offense. Now Amundsen. Quick drop pass to Sutherland. Back to the floor comes Cameron Wallace as the trailer. Big man will park himself in the middle. Sutherland with space, shot into the midsection of Davis. Pressure is starting to build here from the Mavericks on the back check. This time it was Muratori, and now there's a man down. It's Sutherland. It was just out of view. I'm not sure if this was a non-contact injury. You can see Sutherland with the knee brace on his left knee. And he is going to get up, and it does look like it's that left leg. Oh, that is not a good sign. Mavericks already down a man here due to that scary incident on the bench a couple of minutes ago. And now Hayden Sutherland, he's putting some weight on it, not much, and it certainly looks uncomfortable to say the least. It's gut check time for the Mavericks. Yeah, and he's just going to go directly to the room. Well, we're back at it. A couple of scary sights at this end of the floor, but it's time to get back underway. Pass on the pick and roll, and another stop from Swan. John with the drive, and now he's shaken up going back towards the Seneca bench. Here comes Wallace. He's usually a bit of a 1-2 punch with Sutherland. Now he's flying solo. Under 2 to play. Wallace, screen is set. He'll dish way outside. Victoria, one more to his right. Back up top. Fake shot, now around a screen, it didn't get through. On the second chance, off the inside of the post. Oh boy. Almost the first lead of the game for the Mavericks. But unable to dial that one in. It would have been second of the game for Benko. James Reef able to dish to the outside. Quick bit of footwork from Juise John. Far side feed, Gansworth. John on the run to Snow. Juise John setting a screen. He'll roll while Snow does some work. Now a twister, wide, big rebound. Oh, there was a man open at the crease. It'll be a shot clock violation, and there's a penalty on the play. It'll go towards Seneca. 61 seconds remain, and it's going to be a third period power play for the Mavericks. They're going to call a timeout, and probably the right call here. Their biggest power play of this game, no question about it. Trican is Canada's largest well service company, delivering hydraulic fracturing, cementing, coil, tubing, and more across Western Canada's oil and gas industry. With unmatched expertise and a commitment to safety, efficiency, and the environment, Trican keeps energy flowing. And we don't have a graphic yet for our newest sponsor, but I want to make sure I get these guys in. C&E LLP, Calgary's mid-sized full-service accounting firm specializing in not-for-profit audits and corporate accounting. They're trusted advisors for businesses that count. Learn more at candellp.com. The reason I wanted to get that in, they have been the ones providing us and the rest of the volunteers here with food at the Founders Cup. So the power play of the Mavericks, 1 for 5 today, and they're going to get a chance to make that 2 for 6, and what a big one this would be here. No Dolinsky and no Sutherland out on this power play. Scores! Down by 3 several times in this game. Now down a couple of players as well, but Sardison gets it done with a depleted lineup. It was a set play. Wallace set the screen, and Sardison puts it into the back of the net. Off the post and in. The Mavericks collect their first lead of the game with 48.6 seconds left in regulation. Now Seneca is going to collect possession and call a timeout here. Let's take another look at that last goal here, why don't we?
Mavericks goal, his second of the game and fourth of the tournament, scored by number 64.
Plenty of room to cut back to the middle. Sardison makes no mistake in tight. Credit to this Mavericks team. Again, they were down 4-1 at one point, and that was not the last time that they would be down by 3. They continue to chip away, refusing to give up on that comeback, and they finally get over that hump. I made mention of it earlier in the game. Okay, I got to take pause here for a second. Our statistician beside me has given me this stat. So we're trusting our own stats in terms of shots specifically right now. According to our numbers, Seneca has 67 shots in this game. How about that effort from Alex Swan, hey? Maybe a little bit shaky early. It looked like the stick side was going to be a point of emphasis for the WarChiefs, but has really locked things down in periods 2 and 3, and now the net is empty at the WarChiefs end of the floor. Stevens, now Snow, shot saved by Swan. 30 seconds left, Freeman with a big rebound. Gets free, dishes to the outside, Snow fakes, takes, and a big save by Swan. Snow gets another rebound, but he's stripped. Amundsen has it, and it goes out of play, last touching his stick. Oh boy, 18 seconds left, and Swan with some equipment issues. Well timed, I will say, in favor of the Mavericks. Looks like a strap has maybe come undone, or it might be his neck guard. I mean, Mountainview has already used their timeout. That's why their players aren't gathering around their bench. The officials making sure of that. But why not use this for a breather? Swan has now stopped 22 of 23 in this third period. He has been a brick wall when it's mattered most. Seneca has 18.6 seconds. The thing that benefits them is that they have been absolute dogs on a bone when it comes to offensive rebounds. I don't think they necessarily need to wait for one shot, because I like their chances when looking for a loose ball, and we're back underway. 15 seconds to go. Seneca needs a goal. Kennedy down low. One-timer by Stevens. Denied by Swan. Now a wrestling match in the corner. Swan digs it free, sends it to the near side. There's 4 seconds left. Long bomb up the floor, and the Mavericks secure their first win at the Founders Cup. And now some more rough stuff. Swan goes right at Kennedy, who's now in the mix. Took a shot at his man, and oh boy.
And that'll do it, folks. Final score tonight. Mountainview Mavericks 10. WarChiefs 9. Shot by goal for the Mavericks.
Don't want to take anything that's going to give you a suspension here. Both these teams still have plenty of work to do. The Mavericks are able to even up their record. Unfortunately for the WarChiefs, they'll be in that same spot, 1-1 through 2 games. And Swan aggressively goes straight into the dressing room. Not sure what the issue there is. But some serious animosity here. A flair for the dramatics for the Mountain View Mavericks. They took the lead once in this game, and it wasn't until the final minute. And it was a power play marker from Sarsden to secure the victory, 10-9. What a game this was. There's still another one around the corner here, folks. As we're going to see the Calgary Shamrocks take on the St. John Rapids. And, I mean, my question here now, with Swan going into the dressing room straight, I mean, he would be a candidate for MVP of the game, I would think. I have some question marks. Did we just get a Roberto Luongo moment from Alex Swan? Okay, well.
The Mavericks Cup continues here in Calgary.
He looks like he's in shambles over there down the lineup.
The Founders Cup continues here in Calgary, celebrating the best of Junior B lacrosse from across Canada. Each game showcases the talent, dedication, and spirit of our national summer sport. With that, I am proud to introduce Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League Commissioner Ian Stewart to present today's August Electronics Game MVP for each team, as selected by their respective coaches. Each MVP is awarded with a white hat and a belt buckle. For the Seneca WarChiefs, tonight's August Electronics MVP is number 10, Bibi Freeman.
Well, Brian Freeman is going to be the MVP for the Seneca WarChiefs. He has been absolutely outstanding for them through 2 games of action. And just refreshing the standings page. So Ganawage is going to be at the top of the B pool with a 2-0 record. And yeah, good timing. Alex Swan does get back in time to be named the MVP. But Mountain View is going to have a 1-1 record. Seneca is going to have a 1-1 record. It's the Nova Scotia Privateers who sit at the bottom, still waiting for their first win of the tournament. And then at the other side of Pool A, Coquitlam right now at the top of the leaderboards, 2-0. We're about to see Calgary face off against St. John. Calgary is looking for their first win, and they need one. St. John with a win would put them at a 2-1 record. Queen City does not get underway today. They'll have to wait for their matchup tomorrow. And yeah, there's going to be some, maybe some equations that have to be done, because by the looks of things, we're going to have a couple of teams tied. We'll see. So still a lot to be decided with another day of round-robin action getting underway tomorrow. But we got another game to get through in, about 71 minutes or so. So we hope you'll join us for that one. Thanks for joining us for this one on BC Sports TV. It's the Mavericks 10 and the WarChiefs 9. We'll see you for the next one, folks.